Hey, what's going on, guys? Arc Trooper Mark here, back with another Star Wars action figure review, and yet another figure from the Phantom Menace wave of the vintage collection. And this time around, we have young Jedi Padawan Anakin Skywalker. Another really cool figure. This to me is the pick of the wave. And I will go into that as to why a little bit later in the review. But first, we'll look at the packaging. Again, usual. The Phantom Menace logo. Phantom Menace vintage Star Wars logo. It looks really cool. You got the usual stuff at the top. You got the character name, Anakin Skywalker. Very nice image at near the very end of the Phantom Menace, as we see the celebration right before the end titles start. We got the Kenner logo, really nice. And again, we'll flip it around. Got the vintage Star Wars logo at the top with the Luke and Leia. We have the vintage description, which again, if you want to read this, please feel free to pause the video. I will pan across. Okay. Then again, as in my previous vintage collection reviews, we have the 12-back image with the all 12 figures from this Phantom Menace wave. Some really cool figures in this wave. Some I have. Some I'm not. In fact, I got 7 of these figures. Some I'm just not that interested in. A couple others I may still pick up. I'm not sure. We got again the vintage collection vehicles. Now, these aren't new vehicles. I think pretty much they're all repacks, but they're cool vehicles. And this vehicle here, the V-19 Torrent Starfighter, I have this vehicle. Not in the vintage packaging. I did pick up this recently with the vintage packaging, and it looks really awesome. I wasn't able to get this the first time around, so I'm glad they reissued it. And you have the Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter. Really cool. You got the usual Hasbro.com, Star Wars, all that good stuff. Alright, so enough about the packaging. Let me get on to this guy here, Anakin Skywalker. Now, I'm going to go into why I think this is the pick of the wave, in my opinion. Because all the other characters, for the most part, there are a couple of character debuts, but if you look at the other figures in the wave, and I'll refer back here, okay, the Royal Guard's been done before. There have been Darth Maul figures before. There have been Queen Amidala figures before. Obi-Wan, Battle Droid, Sidious, even Quinlan Vos, Qui-Gon Jinn. There have been figures of those figures. There have been figures of those characters done before. Now, the pod racers are truly new, and the Neimoidian character, now he's a new figure. There have been Neimoidian characters done before, but he's new. But other than that, this figure, now he did have one previous release, and he came with a Jedi comlink and a plastic robe. Nothing too special about him, but this guy, I will take that off. You really get a good look. But this guy, the other characters, what I'm getting at is the other characters have had figure releases before. There haven't been many Anakins, or at least this version of Anakin done. So this guy, I'll give you a real good close-up view first. Really nice head sculpt. Looks good. Some people don't like this head sculpt. It's been called the Chubby Cheeks Anakin by many reviewers. I don't have a problem with it. It looks good. I think if you compare it to the picture of Jake Lloyd, We'll go down again. Your sort of obviously smaller versions, but your typical sort of Jedi-looking robes. Very nice. You have the Jedi ponytail and the Jedi braid. Okay. Now, I'll go into articulation. You have a ball-jointed neck, ball-hinged shoulders, ball-hinged elbows, swivel wrists, swivel waist, swivel hips, ball-hinged knees, and ball-hinged ankles, which is really great. You know, for a figure this small, you can't always get articulation in every point. Sometimes it's just not possible. But they managed to fit everything in on this figure. The only thing maybe they didn't do is ball-jointed hips, but I don't think he needs them. So a greatly articulated figure. And now I'm going to go into the accessories, which it's the amount of accessories which I think that make him, or in part make him, the pick of the wave, in my opinion. And also while it's been said that he has expanded universe mixed in, which is definitely something that is very close to the truth. Now, first off, we'll go with, I'll show you the helmet first. The Jedi Padawan training helmet, which, we've seen these in Attack of the Clones with the younglings. So they gave this to Anakin. And you see here the sort of padding inside the helmet. That's nice that they put that in. That really makes it fit on his head. Really tight and snug. It looks really good. Very cool. I think it's also similar to, if you remember in the original film, where Luke has got the training remote on the Millennium Falcon, and he has a helmet covering his head. It's obviously a very different helmet, but that's really cool. And here is a training remote. Obviously, this is meant to make it look like it's floating in the air. And if we could zoom in, this actually can spin on the little clear piece here. Very cool, nicely detailed. Very cool. And then we have his lightsaber, which again, we don't see him use a lightsaber in The Phantom Menace. So there's his blue lightsaber. And you have an unignited lightsaber hilt. And I'll show you here. There is very cool. I like the design on this hilt. It's very unique. It's, obviously new. It's a new sculpt, because I don't think there's any other Jedi that has a hilt like this. I really like it. It's really cool looking. And you can see the peg hole, or the peg there on this lightsaber hilt, in which on the figure you got a little peg hole. So it would have been better if it was on the other side, I think. But either way, so the lightsaber does peg into the belt, which is really cool. And so that, all these accessories is why I think this is the pick of the wave. Because frankly, it would be a boring figure without all these accessories. And that's why it's great that they put them in there. Because what else would you put if they didn't go a little expanded universe with him? What else would you put with him? Like I said, the previous figure had a plastic robe, and it came with like a little Jedi comlink. And there's not much you could do with this figure. It'd be sort of a very uninteresting figure, and maybe not have been something I picked up if not for these accessories. So great accessories, great articulation, and a great figure to add to your collection. It's really glad I picked this up. I wasn't sure at first when I first saw this figure, but then after seeing a couple reviews and then seeing them in the stores, I'm like, you know what? This is definitely going on my list of figures I wanted to pick up, and I was able to pick this guy up. So there you have it. a great figure, as I have said a bunch of times already in this review. In my opinion, this is the pick of the wave. Now, I'm sure that can be debated by many of you. So we'll see what you guys think about that. I'm not sure. So, yeah, that's my review. Definitely recommend this guy. I would definitely pick him up if you can. And there he is. Young Jedi Padawan Anakin Skywalker. So, hope you've enjoyed this review. And as usual, it's always welcome. Comment, rate, subscribe. And until my next review, this is Archer Remark. And I will say, so long, and may the Force be with you.